Aaron Rodgers. Slightly grumpy Green Bay Packers quarterback. Mike Romer, Associated Press. At some point this offseason, the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers will sit down and hammer out the details of a new contract. That seems likely to be historically large, considering the jackpots recently won by NFL quarterbacks who don't have anything close to Rodgers. RSUM. Just this week, the Washington Redskins worked out a deal to acquire Alex Smith from the Kansas City Chiefs, giving him a 4-year contract extension worth $94 million, including $71 million guaranteed. Rodgers makes an average of $22 million under the terms of his most recent contract, which he signed in 2013, with $54 million guaranteed. He has 9 playoff victories and a Super Bowl ring. Smith has 2-0. Kirk Cousins, poised to make similarly outlandish money as a free agent, has yet to win a playoff game. Rodgers is about to get paid, in other words. But first he's going to make the Packers sweat by barely disguising his disdain for one of the team's coaching moves this offseason. Appearing Thursday on ESPN's Golic and Wingo program, Rodgers didn't sound all that thrilled that the team got rid of quarterbacks coach Alex Van Pelt, who had been in that position since 2014. Van Pelt's contract was up after this past season, and the Packers chose not to renew it. The Bengals snapped him up to perform the same role. "My quarterback coach didn't get retained," Rodgers said Thursday. "I thought that was an interesting change really without consulting me. There's a close connection between quarterback and quarterback coach. And that was an interesting decision. Let's break that down. My quarterback coach." Emphasis added. "An interesting change. Really without consulting me. That was an interesting decision." There's no reading between the lines here, because nearly every phrase in that response is dripping with intent. Rodgers clearly did not agree with the decision. To be fair to the team, Packers coach Mike McCarthy treated Van Pelt as he has treated other assistant coaches in the past. And Van Pelt has higher career aspirations than being a quarterback's coach. Longtime Packers reporter Jason Wild noted, Alex Van Pelt did not sign an extension before the 2017 season because he wanted to be able to pursue a coordinator job. Mike McCarthy has historically blocked position coaches from coordinator interviews if under contract. Ben McAdoo did same thing after being blocked. Jason Wild. At JasonWild. February 1, 2018. Still, it was indeed an interesting move for a team that will have to break the bank to pay its franchise quarterback, even if he's getting on in years. Rodgers turned 34 in December, and is coming off a second broken collarbone injury. Rodgers wasn't done critiquing the team's makeup. He was also asked how far the Packers are from playoff contention, after Green Bay missed the postseason for the first time since 2008. "I'd say we're not too far off. If you look at the final 4 teams that were in it, 3 of the 4 have dominating defenses. And the other one is the Patriots, which are often the most well-coached team in the NFL." Rodgers said, "You're looking at what Jacksonville did with their defense. What obviously Minnesota, what they do with their defense. And Philly was phenomenal. We need to get back to playing championship defense." Green Bay hasn't done that since early in Rodgers' career. For the second straight year, the Packers finished 20th in the NFL in defensive DVOA, a measure of efficiency. Their pass defense ranked 26th. Green Bay ranked 22nd in yards allowed per game, the 7th straight year under defensive coordinator Dom Capers that it finished outside the top 10. McCarthy had already acted before Rodgers spoke out, firing Capers and hiring former Browns coach Mike Pettine, who led some fairly strong defenses as the Jets coordinator from 2009 to 2012. In any case, it's hard to see Rodgers ending the productive portion of his career anywhere but Green Bay, which likely will pay him handsomely for the privilege. But Rodgers' comments Thursday offered a glimpse into his relationship with McCarthy, which certainly appears to be at least a little strained. Read more from the Post. Last Super Bowl, Trump sat down with O'Reilly. This year, he's breaking from recent tradition. The Super Bowl of recycling hopes to keep 40 tons of waste out of landfills. Super Bowl 52 prop bets. Print this sheet and play along. Will NFL keep players in locker room during anthem next year? Roger Goodell won't say.